There's this innate understanding in life when you realize that your parents are going to get older, they're going to get weaker, and they are going to pass away. When I was younger, when I was 8 years old, my father lifted me up in the sky. He'd carry me on his back, and my mom would carry me in her arms to bed. When I got older, around the age of 11, they were too weak to do so, mostly because I had gained a significant amount of weight, and I was a little bit overweight when I was younger. This caused me to want to lose weight, but never having the motivation until one day my brother and my father put me in the middle of the forest by grabbing my bed while I was asleep and making me walk back all over Ohio to get back to my household. I got stronger. I got so strong that I was 190 pounds of solid muscle at the age of 16. I was stacked. I was a stacked little dude. I was incredibly just powerful. I had immense muscle on me. And afterwards, I ended up getting cancer. That sucked. It was horrifying. I hated every second of it. I had a port in my chest. It sucked. I had chemotherapy, lost all my beautiful hair, and that's why I grow out my hair so viciously now. It messed me up deeply. But as I was getting weaker, I realized that my parents were not getting weaker, and I felt like they could live forever as I decayed, and I could pass away with the memory that they were powerful. Then I beat cancer. I beat cancer like I got beat at home. It was pretty intense. After I beat cancer, I decided to myself, okay, well, I guess I'm going to live my life as full as possible. I'm going to respect my body deeply. I never drank. I never smoked in my entire life. I've never done any illicit substance, ever, not once. I felt like this was a reward for me to never do anything and raw dog life the best way I can. I just wanted to do that. This was my magnum opus. And as I got older, now at the age of 28, I'm witnessing my mother complain about her weight, and her weight is being put on more with her, and she lost her back tooth. She's getting older each moment and each day. She's getting weaker, and I'm only getting stronger as days goes on because I work out, I stretch, and I try to get her to stretch with me, but it just doesn't work. She pulled something last time we stretched, and she didn't want to do it ever again because he stretched too far because she was lying to me about how far she could stretch. My father is incredibly old. He's gotten significantly shorter. He's had his hip replaced. He's broken his toes. He's had a heart attack and told me that if he ever had a heart attack, punch his teeth out and put this little pill down his throat. I said, Father, if that ever happens when I'm around, I'm sorry, you might just lose your life. I don't have the strength to do that. And he said, you have to save me if that happens. And I said, eat better because he has diabetes and prostate cancer. And he got his prostate taken out so the cancer wouldn't spread. And it's been a rough time for him all around. I've been witnessing my family get weaker as time went on. Even my older brother is having issues with his health because he drinks so much. And I'm actively the healthiest member of my immediate family. And that is the worst thing I've ever had happen to me. You will watch your loved ones around you get older. You will watch them decay. You will watch as the advent of time tears their body apart, riddles them with holes each and every moment, and it will destroy you because these monarchs, these heroes, these people who you even hate, you won't even have the strength to hate them because you'll do nothing but pity them because you will be empathetic towards their plight and their struggles because despite the fact that they've been narcissistic or abusive, or even if you love them, they're a part of you. They're a deep and intricate part of you. And I'm always for not talking to your parents if you don't want to. You can always not talk to your parents all the time. You can just decide never to speak to them ever again. I'm always for that. But there are some people who can't muster the strength to let go of the abuse. They get Stockholm syndrome into believing that this is correct. And I'm with those people. I understand. Watching the people you admire, your grandparents, your mother, your father, your brother who bullied you, all these people get older as you only get stronger. It can lead to many things. One of my friends is on a path of deep self-destruction. He does not want to witness or remember anything, so he drinks. And the more he drinks, the more his body decays, and he's going to have a horrible time as an old person. Someone the same age as me, 28, smokes and drinks. Their skin age is horrible. The way their skin looks is diabolical. I don't even look 28. I don't. I look incredibly young for my age, and I hate that. The only reason that is because I eat vegetables, I eat fruits, I work out every single day. I do these things. I live my life. I move my body. That's how I operate. Right now, I'm going through a little bit of an issue with my wrist because I fell crazy today. Oh, gee whiz. I had a pain shoot down my back, and I fell while I was walking to my lover's car, and ended up falling on some stairs and ended up hitting the concrete really hard. Hurt like crazy. But I'm going to heal in about 4 days, probably, maybe even 3, and I'll be back to my regular old self, honestly. That is me. However, my dad fell recently and he broke his pinky, and I don't think he's ever going to be able to use his pinky again. I just don't think he's ever going to be able to use it. The doctor told me that the nerve damage was severe from the fall, and he's getting older in age, and it's desperately and diabolically ruining the greater confines of how he operates and who he is. I think of this a lot. I think of all the horrifying and bad aspects of what happened to my family. I think of all the things that I do in my life that are different from them. I think about how while I am half them, I don't relate to them at all. And I think about how much weaker they're getting each day. When my dad had his heart attack, I took it upon myself to go into the room where he was at in the hospital and tell him every single bad thing. I approached him at his lowest, as if it was an intervention. And I told him every single bad thing he ever did to me. All the horrors he brought to my childhood, all the evil he brought to my mother. And even while he was at his weakest state, he said to me in earnest, "Oh, well, that sounds like a you issue." Unnerving, uncaring, same man that I knew my entire life. He was not kind, he did not get softer, but he was physically weaker, but he was mentally full of strength. That mental toughness is something I admire about my father. Despite the fact that I tore into him, telling him every bad thing, he still said that I should have toughened up. And despite the deep misogyny of that, despite the deep anger I felt in my entire soul, despite me approaching him when I felt like he could not retaliate, he still retaliated, even if he could do nothing. That is a strength of character and a strength of ignorance that is almost admirable. It is ignorance in the face of undeniable truth. It is objective reality facing you and you being delusional enough to believe in your own is manifesting a reality of your own taking, because he refuses to have a death in which he regrets, and I'm sure he doesn't regret a single thing. And that is evil to me, despite the fact that I don't think evil and good exist. That is pure evil to me. I think of him often. I think of him in my worst moments. I think of him when I get angry and I calm down immediately because I don't want to be like him. I think of how much weaker he's getting. I think about how heart-wrenching it is to watch my mother get weaker. I think of my grandmother. My grandmother has kidney failure at the current moment. And through her kidney failure, she is having decay with her teeth and they are rotting inside of her mouth, and that is affecting her brain. I didn't know all that thing could happen. That is insane. I've never seen anything of that variety. I was very perplexed. I didn't know that was a real issue. It's contributing to gum disease. It's contributing to how she eats, how she operates. She needed a hospital bed just to move around in her house. She installed a ramp, and she's paying that off because of the incredible debt she accrued. There's so many things going on and so many people suffering all over and over again. And I'm watching the people that I love get weaker each moment. I'm watching them lose the core functions of what made them alive. I don't know how to feel about these things yet. I don't know how I'll process it. I've witnessed the loss of people around me. I've witnessed my brother pass in front of my face. I've witnessed him pass in my arms. I've witnessed people get slain in front of me. People get shot in front of me. People overdosed in front of me. I've witnessed such horrors and evils in this reality. And it's only made me kinder and warmer each moment. Because if I'm going to be next to you in your final moments, I refuse to have them not be funny, or not be sweet, or not be kind. I will always be there for the people that are around me. I will always be there for the people that dedicate the time to be with me, because that's the one thing you don't get back. Time. You get money back. You get everything else back. You get resources back. You get game systems back. You get achievements back. But you can't get time back. It will continue to go forward each and every moment, each and every day, ticking down. And you're not wasting any of it. You're not. You're not running out of it either. Take as much time as you need. Know that each moment that you exist is important. Whether you're playing video games right now and you're listening to me in the background, whether you're enjoying some food right now and you're eating it very slowly to savor each bite, whether you're letting ice cream melt in your hand that you just bought, you're savoring your ice cream. Whether you're slowly kissing on your partner, not trying to rush into intimacy, Whether you're waiting for that date, waiting for that important date, and you don't want to date her too fast. You don't want to date him too fast. You don't want to date them too fast. You just want to wait and see how it plays out because you don't want to get hurt again. Do everything and nothing all the time, forever. Be whole and incomplete all at once. Be a perfect person and wholly flawed all at once. Be everything. Be human. Be here. Because I want you to be here. It will be hard to watch your parents and your loved ones and your brothers pass. A horrifying fate, I imagine, is watching your wife or husband pass before you. And you have to live out those years. My great-grandfather is 104 years old, and he has not had a lover for 40 years. His wife passed when she was 57, and he was 60 years old. So for 40 years, he has been alone. He has been working out. He has been living his best life. He does not speak English. He lives in St. Lucia, and he is an amazing man. And we talk without words, just with vibes alone and aura. It's really fun. And I don't know his language, and he refuses to acknowledge anything about me. But he knows that I am here, and I am family, and I know he loves me in his own stupid way. And he is happy every time I talk to him, even if we say nothing. Because you don't need words to communicate. And I feel like it'd be better if humans were born without mouths in the first place. Take as much time as you need to exist. Take as much time as you need to be here. This video may not be for you. I make a lot of these videos for me so I don't forget. And I'm happy to be here. 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 I'm very happy to be here. I'm very happy to be here. I'm very happy to be here.